Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Baseball Paradise Podcast. It's your boy, Master Dami. Thank you guys for tuning in, wherever you're coming from. And today we're back with the top tens. Top tens. We already did catchers, and today we're doing relievers. And I feel like this was kind of easy yet kind of hard because like all the other positions, like all the position non-pitching positions, they all have like 30 starters. Like in the MLB there's like 30 set starters where you can pick and choose from, but this one is a little, there's you get like about 7 relievers per team, so it's 7 times 30, 200, like almost 200 relievers to choose from. So, but I got my top 10, wrote the numbers down, I broke it down in my head, and now I'm ready to bring it out to you. So, this is how we're going to do it. If you haven't watched the last one, if you didn't watch the last top 10 video or listen to it, depending where you're getting this content from, YouTube or SoundCloud. Catchers, we went from number 10 all the way up to number 1, the best. And yeah, that's how we did it. So we're going to keep that same pattern going for the rest of these top 10s. So at number 10, relievers, and I'm calling it now, he's projected to be the guy. I'm saying he's going to be the guy. At number 10, we have the closer. He's going to be the closer, so I'm calling this the closer for the Indians. James, hope I don't screw this last name up, Karinchak. He really, this last season, the 60-game season was his first season, and he did really well. Really well. Didn't have any, I don't think he had any opportunities to save any games, but my goodness, Karinchak, 2.67 ERA with 53 strikeouts, like pretty solid, I would say. Coming out of the pen, I'm excited. I know the Indians traded Lindor and all this, and it kind of looks like they're in that rebuild mode, but to have this guy at the back end of your bullpen, I think it's pretty solid option, I would say. Definitely. And then at number 9, I know this man was insane last year, 60-game season. Drew Pomeranz from the Pods. And the only reason I don't have him higher on this list is because in the previous years, like the last 3 years probably, like have been terrible, right? If you go back to another episode where I talked about the Dodgers and Padres rivalry, I broke down his stats, and like just looking, like last year, 2020, he had a 1.45 ERA, 60 games. If you're shutting down, if you play, once you get a rhythm and you're 10 games, like you're good. Like your numbers are not gonna look bad, right? But like once you have that one bad game, like you're, especially pitching, like your numbers are gonna look way bad. And I'm gonna get into that more when we get into the some of the other pitchers that I have in the top ahead of this guy. But yeah, Pomeranz in 2019 had a 4.85 ERA, and that was coming out of the bullpen. Like we'll see. I think I don't really know what the Padres' plans are. They signed Melanson. They signed Keone Kela. Shout out Keone, by the way. And they signed some relievers, so it's kind of like I don't know who they're going with closer. I would assume Pomeranz is the guy, just because he just went insane last year. But who knows? But I have him at 9. And then at 8, I have, my camera's blurring out. Whoa. There, we're We're back. At number 8, I have the rookie sensation, Devin Williams. This kid was lights out. A .33. Let me say that. A .33 ERA. 50 plus strikeouts. The kid was lights out, insane lights out. And you're telling, and spoiler alert, there's another Brewer that's higher on this list. So you have 2 Brewers on this top 10 list. And I'm pretty sure you guys know who it is, but I won't tell you where he's at. But yeah, 2 Brewers on this list, and one, he's going in his second year. The kid was lights out, and kind of like with Karinchak, first year, we'll see. He could probably be, I say by the end of the year, he could be a top 5. Those 2 guys, Karinchak and Devin Williams. I don't know if I said the name, but Devin Williams from the Brewers is at 8. If I would have known more about Devin Williams, I'd probably put him a little bit higher. But right now, 8, just to be, like I said, 210 guys in the major leagues, at least minimum, coming out of the bullpen, and you're in the top 10. Amazing. I'm excited to see from him out of that bullpen for the Brewers. And then at number 7, I have Nick Anderson. It's been lights out the last couple of years, especially the 60-game season. Guy was just, in the regular season, the guy was lights out, .55 ERA. That Rays bullpen is kind of weird, Like, they don't really have a closer. You would think he would be the closer, but he's not. Like, they'll bring him in the 6th inning, and to pitch in a key situation, So his save numbers weren't the greatest. But, I mean, he pitched. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, we'll see, He had a very rough playoffs and a very rough, even, I think, more rough World Series. So we'll see. But 7, just from his regular season numbers, I think he's a solid guy. And the Rays bullpen is pretty nasty, and to have that guy in there plus the other guys they have in there, it's pretty solid. And then at number 6, from the Twins, Tyler Duffy. I feel like this guy is under the radar. I don't know. Maybe I just had but I feel like not enough people are talking about this guy. This guy's money in the pen, and and Twins, again, another team kind of just they kind of shuffle their closers kind of committee, depending on the situation. But Duffy, this last season, a 1.88 ERA. The year before that, 2.5 ERA. So he's kind of consistent, Not many saves. Like I said, he's more like a reliever, not too much of a closer. But it's the Twins. You never know. He might slide into that closer role. We'll see. We will see. And then at number 5, I have Brad Hand. This man has been, I feel like, one of the more consistent closers, relievers in the last 2 to 3 years. Going from the Pods to the Indians, now he's going to the Nationals, I believe. Solid year last year, 2.05 ERA. Had 16 saves in the short season. That's pretty good. I think he led the league in saves, or the American League in saves. So that's pretty solid. 29 strikeouts. The year before, he had 84 strikeouts, 34 saves, and a 3 ERA. Pretty solid stuff, I would say. Yeah, especially coming from the left side. And it's crazy because these next 4 guys that I'm going to talk about are all lefties except the number 1 guy. Spoiler alert. Don't skip to the end. But yeah, Brad Hand, dominant. And number 4 from the White Sox, Aaron Bummer. Didn't really pitch much last year. Only pitched 9 innings, I think it was. I think he was hurt. I'm not too sure. I didn't follow the White Sox too much. But, I mean, the year before that, he was solid. I'm excited to see what kind of I definitely feel like he's a top 5 reliever out of the bullpen. He probably won't be the closer because they just signed Hendricks, who's amazing. But I mean, as a setup, right? Setup guy that's not bad. I feel like Aaron Bummer is going to do big things this year for the White Sox, and I feel like that back end, if the White Sox can get it to the 8th inning with the lead, they pretty much have that game in the bag, And then at 3, I know Chapman. People kind of say that people are kind of catching on to him, but I still feel like he's one of the best relievers in the game. I have him at number 3. Didn't have many saves. Didn't really pitch. You know, but I feel like he throws 100 miles per hour. He's gonna be effective in one way or another. So, yeah, I have Chapman at 3, and then at 2, again, people might think, why do you have him so high on this list? Some of you are like, okay, yeah, I see it. It's Josh Hader. Had a kind of a weird year last year, but like I said, 60 games, and you're a reliever. You're not going to get many opportunities, 1. 2, you have that one bad game, and your ERA is going to look bad. He had a 3.79 ERA, 13 saves, 31 strikeouts. Not bad. Not bad. Especially just that ERA didn't look too pretty, A lot of walks, I know. The control has been a problem with him this last year. But I still feel like kind of like Chapman, like the guys, they throw hard. They're from the left side. The delivery is what it looks funky in a way to like where it kind of like hides the ball in a way, and it's kind of hard to pick it up out of a pitcher's hand. So I would say Hader at number 2, and then at number 1, I said this in another video, I believe the AL Central breakdown. I feel like this guy's the best reliever in baseball right now. Liam Hendricks left the A's, went to the White Sox. White Sox, like I said, if the White Sox get it to the 8th or 9th inning with the lead, they're going to win the game. They got 2 of the best arms in major leagues, and I feel like the guy's been lights out. He's had an ERA under 2 the last 2 seasons. Give him more opportunities to save the game. I think he's going to get it done. Strikeouts, 37 last year, 124 the year before that. I feel like that's the man. And there's probably other relievers on this that were maybe people think should be on this list. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think should be on this list? Do you like this list? Who would you move around? Who would you take off? Who would you put in? Let me know what you guys think. This is the Baseball Paradise Podcast with Master Dami, presented by the Duck Duck Bros. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether it's YouTube, SoundCloud, whatever. Follow on Instagram, Baseball Paradise. Peace.